Acacia, our desert bird. Your search seems to take you further and further from us. I hope what you find will bring you closer.
So, I'll explain what happened back there. There's a nasty bug in Uru Complete Chronicles, just this version of it. Not in MOLA, but just this version of it, where if you try to jump to those platforms in Garrison, you'll fall through the level if your game's card is too good. Unfortunately, this game was made in, like, the early aughts, so everybody's game card is too good. So what I had to do was literally download Fraps. Yeah, Fraps. And make it onto this platform to get onto this platform and get over there. And also get the Journey Cloth. Which I did get that Journey Cloth. We're just about, I think, done here. So there shouldn't be too much more. Let's go in. What could possibly go wrong? We're in the middle of the fortress. We're safe now, right? Ooh. Okay, yeah, this doesn't look ominous. Neither does that. Is this gonna be Dead by Urulite? Ah, yes. I want like a hand thingy that opens things for me. Opens doors for me. Rad. Where am I now? Huh. I don't know where I am. But I have entered the fortress. I have entered the fortress of solitude. This really is like a prison, isn't it? This is creepy. Cyan, I'm creeped out. Well, I've gone. Well, everywhere else I can. Oh. I feel like I'm going to, like, CIA headquarters or something. The Dunny CIA. Oh. Huh. Weird. Well, what's this? What are you? Okay, so apparently, I can explain a little bit about this. There were guilds in Dunny. There were like about 18 or so different guilds. And one of the guilds, the guild maintainers, would wear these suits when they explored ages to protect themselves. What if I stand here? Should I stand here? Oh! Oh! Maybe that was a bad idea! Yo! Cyberpunk. Whoa! I'm a freaking robot now! That's kind of awesome. That's awesome. Oh, I see. Oh, because there's like gas and stuff in here and it's dangerous. Cool. So my new Dunny robot self is gonna just look around here, see what's going on. Ooh! I'm in the Starship Enterprise! Can't do anything with that, I don't think. This is rad. What's over here? Well, there's gotta be some kind of, like, something around here. May chance a cloth? May chance a cloth for yonder explorer? No, door, not interested in you right now. There's gotta be something. I feel like there should be a cloth around here. I feel like I remember there being one around here. I might be wrong. That's way back out. Do I need to fly the Starship Enterprise? Whoa! See the entire age! Kind of cool, actually. Maybe there's more over here. Is there more over here? Just kind of seeing what I can find around here. So it's like a watchtower. You know, I wish T were like cell phones and you had like a light or something. So it'll back out. So maybe there's nothing here. Maybe there is something here, but I'm missing it. Maybe. Maybe. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe there's more stuff for me to look at. And it could possibly be that I just haven't found everything just yet. Oh. Yo, this is a cool looking suit. I look like I'm gonna I look like a murder robot. Like, no, that's awesome. That was an awesome screenshot. Robot Fortress. Oh? What's over here? So that's stuff we gotta look at. I feel like I'm in like the areas like areas I'm not supposed to be in, if that makes sense. But I mean if I'm wearing the suit, so I must belong here, right? I'm about to get like real lost, aren't I? I'm about to get like real lost. Real friggin' lost. Real lost in the sauce. Well, I'm back where I was. We're through a door. Okay, so let's just start going through doors here. This where I want to be? Dude, it's really... Okay, that takes me outside. Yes? Or not. Maybe it doesn't take me outside. Where are we going? Oh, it does take me outside. Well, I don't want to be outside. I want to be inside. So there must be other ways I need to go, right? Well, I've stolen a maintainer suit, but what does that do for me exactly? Except look cool. Because I can be a friggin' robot. I don't think I want to be a friggin' robot. Because I'm in a machine room. I've already maintainered up. Oh, this is a new hallway. Hey, Ancient Dunny. Ancient Dunny, is the suit supposed to emphasize your, It's supposed to emphasize your posterior area? Is that what it's supposed to do? Emphasize your posterior area? So I feel like that's a little weird, bro. Anything else I can push? Nothing I can push? I don't know what I'm doing. Where I'm going. I'm in purple. Purple's new. Maybe there's a velcro cloth around here or something. You tell me the Dunny had like freaking robot suits and like robot stuff? Crazy. That is crazy, dude. I don't know if this is where I need to be. I think I need to be in the other area. I'm not finding anything useful or concrete here. But that just goes back downstairs. I don't want that. So there must be something I'm missing, right? Somewhere around here. I think it's a big inner quarters area. Oh, this is new. I think this is new. Is this new? Or am I just crazy? It must be crazy. That goes back out. I don't want to go out. And I might have to actually, if I can't figure out where things are, I might actually have to go, unfortunately, look up a walkthrough. Which I'm trying real hard not to. Because Uru is not that hard of a game. I'm just being stupid. I think this leads... It all looks the same is the problem. Oh, this is new. I feel like I'm in Cyberpunk. Oh, what's this? Whoa. it's a map of the area. Good to know. Simpson, don't mention anything about the upper area of the fortress in your Garrison report. I don't want people wandering all over Teledon looking for that weird link stone. Okay, one thing seems... I'm actually, like, how many pages is this? Okay, see, one thing is really obvious. This place was built for security. No one could write a link anywhere in this place, or the next. It was obviously a maintainer facility of some kind, and it doesn't seem like it was for general guild members. By that, I mean it was limited to at least higher-ranking members. As for how it got the first link written here, I don't know. Probably while it was under construction. It does seem pretty obvious that it's not going to happen again, unless something major happens to this place. I should say that Kodama has had some theories about the age that have held up so far. Many may have been a special forces of a sort for the maintainers. Started later, mid-8000s, became something of a research and development arm for the Maintainers Guild. I don't know, worth mentioning though. There are quite a few mentions of such groups in other docs Kodama has found or at least seen. To begin with, I'd wager that no one other than the high-ranking government official or similar ever even made it to this room. That's just my guess, but it seems pretty sound. I don't think any school buddies or girlfriends dropped by to see their maintainer friend. The linking book we found was deep within the Maintainer Guild. I'm sure it was well guarded in its day. You can see right off the bat the entrance was extremely secure. Thick walls, one door, a high window, sniper maybe. If you manage to get in with a bomb or something, it's not going to do any noticeable damage. I love the maintainer symbol on the floor everywhere else you look, though, as though I might forget and wonder where I am. So visitors are escorted to this little waiting room. There's a window on one side, looks almost like a ticket window. Maybe turn in weapons or goods that aren't allowed. Maybe books. I'm sure they didn't want books in here. Yeah, it looks like mainly for books. There's another ticket window on the other side, although this one looks different. I'm pretty sure those are beetle cages on the other side. Beetles that sat out ink. Somebody was just telling me there are all kinds of references to them in the other doc. She didn't make it past this room with a book. As well, the doors never open at the same time, so even if you somehow make it out of the entrance room, you're still not going to make it past the mammoth doors out of the waiting area. Looks like the hall ran around the entire circumference of the building. There are plenty of rooms. I'll just try to hit them one at a time. First is an elevator, though. However, it looks like it's only down. Wonder if it was always that way. More security, I guess. Once you've made it into these halls, there's still nowhere to go. At least they didn't want you going anywhere. I would think that any books were brought to the age were kept in lockers. I'd imagine that some of the workers here or frequent visitors also kept some equipment, but I could be wrong on that. Looks like they kept some maintainer gear as well. Markers, helmets, etc. Seemed a little out of place, honestly. Okay, things are becoming a little more clear now. Just had a long chat with Laxman and the research at some different docs all over the city that Nick had. Looks like the current condition I'm seeing was not the original condition. The key was a major development not just for the guild, but also apparently for all citizens. Turns out they were just starting to hand out the keys to the public around the time of the fall. Nice timing. So it looks like they had done some renovations in order to facilitate the mass amounts of visitors that would be coming in order to retrieve keys. Turns out my little girlfriend analogy was pretty much completely wrong. Girlfriends and more were going to start coming here, at least to the open sections. Kodama corrected me. We've actually found multiple books in the neighborhoods, as well as the guarded maintainer book I mentioned earlier. Whoops. So visitors come in, walk through doors, beetles check for books, and they walk down the halls to the key room, and get a key and link out. Guards were probably just up at the elevator, which is just behind this room. If they did happen to bring any illegal items, they get them back from the other side of the locker room, and off they go back home with their shiny new key. Makes more sense as to why the maintainer paraphernalia was in the locker rooms, too. Probably a little display-type thing for all the visitors. Impress them. Quite a bit of goodies in the warehouse, all of which I'm sure most visitors never saw. Pretty bad cave-in from the floor above. Although Engberg says structurally, the place seems alright. He's going to do more detailed inspections soon. Looks like most of these crates are filled with key maintenance-type equipment, as well as a variety of spare parts, etc. I don't know. Laxman will have to give this place a good inspection. I'm sure he'll love going through it all. Beyond me. I know that. Convenient cave-in. Not sure how one is supposed to get into the beetle cages without it. No idea how they did it. Link, maybe. Regardless, pretty positive the cages were for beetles. Symbols on the front and quite a bit of remnants in some of the dirtier cages. We'll have to clean those up. Wonder why they all died. Speaking of access, another question. How'd they get to the second floor? Elevator skipped the middle floor. More security, I suppose. Second floor. Destruction was a little more substantial than I thought. Looks like it's torn out a section of the outer wall, even. I'm gonna get back out of here until Ingberg can come back again. Been a few days when I'm back. I'm no expert, so I guess I have to trust Ingberg. But he says the whole thing is one of the most solid, heavy pieces of construction he's ever seen. It's safe, he assures me. If I die here and someone retrieves this recording, please sue him for me. Second floor looks similar to the first. Outer hall and a number of rooms. Have to remember that very few people probably ever walk these halls. There is no access via elevators, stairs, or anything to get here. I assume it had to be done via linking book, which is probably somewhere in the city. I suppose there could be a way to stop those elevators on the middle floor, but I doubt it. Regardless, this floor was extremely secure. Book access only, I'm guessing. Guard room is next to the observation room. I guess that's what it was. That's what I assume it was. Is this what looks like a guard lounge? It looks like they stayed here for long amounts of time. There are beds in here, as well as couches. I assume these guys manned the window and observation post while visitors were coming in. More lockers similar to the set downstairs, although these manned with some heavy equipment. I'm sure Watson will want to see this stuff and keep it locked up well. In fact, I'm not even going to go into detail about it here. Laxman can write all that stuff in his report. I will say I didn't know the Dunny had this kind of technology. I now see why this floor was so secure. It looks like the whole power structure for this building is here in the gear room. Amazing construction. The entire building looks to have been powered by some underground water source that caused it to turn. They implemented a gear that would ground launch your teeth in the ground outside and provided a power source as well. Talk about killing 2 giant birds with 1 stone. Pretty amazing. Power looks somewhat complicated. Seems as though at at least occasions the power was turned off, as there are obviously controls to do that, then start it again. I'm heading to the top. At the top. While I thought this building was big, the main portion is absolutely giant, and rotating too, of course. I'm overcome with the amount of work put in this place just for security. It's everywhere. Almost comical picturing government officials walking the same paths as I am. Amazing. To get to the other side, looks like one had to walk across the bridge to the rock pinnacle. That first place since we arrived that was able to save a link, and it's not big, and there's a massive structure facing you if you did. Pretty funny to try and picture an army invading, all of them bunch up on this stone waiting for these bridges to rotate. What the? My gosh. The creatures. These things are something out of a horror movie. I've been up here a little while and I don't see them often, but when I do, they're scaring me to death. I'm beginning to understand the fences and structures a little better. Perhaps some of them were designed to keep creatures out more than the visitors in. Don't hang out in these woods unless you have a big gun. Another bridge to reach the main portion of this place. More security. I will say that the platform here between the bridges seems to have eroded. At one time, crossing the bridges was probably a security feature to ensure manageable groups would approach the larger building one at a time. But I would wager it was still a lot easier then than it is now. The erosion to the platform between the bridges has made it a little rougher. I suppose the maintainers would like it even more in its current condition. I'm not sure what to call these things. They remind me of the mudrooms, so I'll call them the mudrooms. Not much here. Looks like each bridge has a mudroom attached to it, with little groups of doors, etc. There doesn't seem to be any kind of decompression or decontamination that went on here. Really, they seem to be nothing more than another spot for another set of doors, another secure location. Training center. I was going through each of the rooms here, but after making a quick overview, I think I'll just start with the entire thing. There are 3 types of room in the building, 2 of each kind. There's a control room, 1 purple and 1 yellow, display room, 1 purple and 1 yellow, and then a conference room. These aren't colored. I assume there's 1 for each team. The entire building seems to be centered on the massive wall in the middle. The control rooms control the wall, the display rooms display the uniforms that were worn with the wall. I presume, in the conference rooms, allow the government officials and high-ranking visitors to confer about these training on the wall. See. So control rooms first. I'm not going to go into controls for the walls in this dock. I'll let Laxman do it at some other time. Regardless, the panel here obviously controls the wall. The wall was used for training as well as testing out of various suits. I believe the central room can get pretty hot, cold, smoky, or anything else I can imagine pretty quick. It was a competition. Whoever could get to the top of the quickest. Teams would set up obstacles and members would race. There's a side tunnel that provides access to the display rooms to the control room. I'm not sure that these were originally displaying rooms, or maybe they were. Either way, there are quite a few old maintainer suits in here. There's also the latest maintainer suit, or skin, here. I guess I should say the machine to put on the latest maintainer suit is in here. Now that we've had some time to look at this, it's incredible. We're talking about a suit that was skin tight and had linking abilities, etc. built in. Very high-tech as far as maintainer suits go. Very impressive. A maintainer would fall down the chute, and while traveling to the interior of the wall, the suit would be placed on him. I'm begging to try this. The DRC is insistent no one does. Laxman already has someone on it, trying to figure out more. I'm first when they do. I think these rooms could basically be described as team locker rooms. Well, I guess these rooms were where the bigwigs sat down and talked about their maintainers. Obviously, they are set up to watch the wall, and there are displays that show the patterns being built and played on the wall. We'll never know, but I can see the guildmasters in here watching their teams compete, preparing to send them out to some radioactive fireball age to see if their new suits can withstand the elements. I'm not going up to the upper portions now, but we do know the upper portions were used as prison cells. Typical Dunny technology. They had a single linking book that went to all the cells. Since the building was always rotating, a very complicated linking apparatus and timing mechanism was associated with the book. The timing of the link to determine which cell the person linked to. Apparently, it was very tight. Speaking of linking, the entire building is rotating as well. It seems most visitors came on the path from the well, though there were books also directly to this building. There had to be. It seems many of them also use the timing mechanism to link into specific rooms. Looks like they're another new feature designed and built by these guys. One of many, I'm sure. I'm just wondering where the main research labs were, or better yet, where did everyone sleep and eat? Good question, my guy. Well, hey, that looks like a map of the age for this area. Fascinating. So we're in one of these control rooms now. We might be able to get to the second one, I think, if I'm careful. I don't see anything else in here. I see a door. Ah, linking pedestal. Oh, hey, a journey clock. Maybe I should touch that. Maybe I should just touch that. Touch. There's still 2 more to find, but I don't know if we're going to find them. That is a cool chair, and I want it. I would put that chair in my house. I don't have room for it in my house, but I'd put it in my house. I think if I can just keep going around, I'll find where I need to be. I think there's another one of these. There might be another one of these if I go looking. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think this is a guild, like a training room. Yeah, that's a training room. I don't want to go there. There are two of those, so maybe the next one will be a guild hall. Or like a conference room. So basically it seems like the maintainers are the people who are like police in Dunny Society. The Dunny Police. The Dunny Police! It's like the Dream Police. That's not where I want to go. Dunny Police. Dream Police. I don't even know what I'm singing anymore. So if I remember this map correctly, we've gone around. So now there must be another door that leads to another conference room, right? This must be the other one. Yep, it is. Okay. That's the same conference room we went to. No, this is different. Well, that's notable. Huh. Interesting. More levels. Nothing here. Are there any more books? There's another book I can read. Okay. Interesting how even after the Dunny fell, the technology remains kind of eternal. Ah. The key. Ah, this one's shorter. Dunny number 3 on the back side of all of these devices. 3 functions? There's certainly more than that. 3 core functions? It's a convenient name, though. Key. Nexus interface. The Nexus seems to be just an interpreter for key data. Keys allow users to provide or decline book access to other keys. I think we can make this work for neighborhoods as well. Names defined in the key appear in the Nexus, or should. Interpersonal communication. Obviously the most important function. Voice or text communication to other key users. Inter or intra-age doesn't seem to matter. Yo! Image capture. Store and transfer. A single one press captures an image and stores it within an appropriate age directory. Images can be sent to other keys as well as uploaded to some imagers, depending on versions. Seems main servers coordinate this functionality. Might be tough to revive. Journal entry, storage, and transfer. Fairly simple. Write notes and store them. Again, several handles transfer journal. Key to key or key to imager. Markers. The ability to drop and collect markers at the operator's present location in an age. There's a functionality here. Requires more research. Perhaps this feature could be tapped to help with the GZ problem. Interesting. Doors. In this age, key, and even at its most basic level, open to level 1 doors. Level 2 and 3 doors require higher versions. There's much more variety of these devices than we first expected. The dispenser is capable of handing out at least 5 versions and possibly more. Feature set varies widely. There must have been a system to control and track these devices. Where? Imagers built into the unit is surprisingly compact and efficient. Use the same blasted lattice compression system for lack of a better word. Have to crack that. Powerful projection for something that fits on top of the hand. Markers. Perhaps a training tool for maintainers. Markers can be set up in recruits or lower ranks. Run through the course. Keys interact with markers in 3 ways. Team capture. Once all the markers are placed, then 2 teams can collect the markers. The key registers the marker to the respective team. Markers can vanish after a template or be after all have been registered. Markers must be in the same age. Can markers be reset? Hold again 2 teams. Markers only vanish after a preset time limit has expired. Markers do not disappear upon being activated, although server keeps track of what team is holding it. Server summarizes team holding most markers at the end of the time limit. Markers must be in the same age. Single capture. Only one individual key can register markers. Markers also carry text. Entire marker set can be sent via key to another key anywhere in the system. Markers can be placed in any age. Markers themselves seem identical to those produced by the Great Zero. In fact, I'm positive that same technology is being used, if not the Great Zero itself. It's possible the keys are communicating with the Zero itself and writing these marks anywhere they are registered. Problems with that theory, maintainer markers, etc. Key registration, key tracks of other keys on 3 levels. Intra-age, any other key within the age is logged and displayed. Key to key, an individual key can be registered for specific tracking. As a result, no matter what the key is, journals, photos, etc. can be sent and the communication can occur. Perhaps it is used for temporary or semi-permanent team missions. For other purposes, a friends list? Groups. Keys also recognize groups and somehow related to the Nexus. Seems possible if properly configured to support neighborhood lists with this function. So that's just kind of pointing out that the key was the online functionality component for Uru Live to kind of help you register and track your friends in the game. But that doesn't concern us. Right now, this concerns us. Huh. Where's this go? It looks like maybe we don't have anywhere else we can go except this balcony. More of Dunny. I wonder where this is. Kind of lonesome looking. Kind of cool though. Ooh. There is nowhere else we can go, so I guess back to Relta we go. That seems to be it for Greason for now. So I guess that's gonna have to do it. Gonna head back to Reltho, probably change our clothes too, because I'm getting tired of this maintainer suit. Don't know about you, but I'm tired of this suit. I want to change my clothes. Thankfully, we have a convenient closet right here. Just change our clothes back. Really is that simple. You can take off the maintainer suit. Oh, there's more! I didn't realize there were more clothes. I learned! Oh. Oh. Can you please go back to what I was wearing? Kind of tealy. Yeah, there we go. A little more drab, please. That's not quite... There we go. And then, can I go back to the hands having that, please? Dark gloves. And then my body having the shorts that I prefer. And the shoes being the shoes that I prefer. Oh, I can change the laces. I didn't know that. I'm gonna sell myself some green laces. My favorite color is green. And I think that's everything. Oh, it reset my entire avatar, dude. Okay, so putting it on just completely does your hair over. Gotcha. Interesting. But it doesn't change your face. Interesting. Weird. I don't know why either. I don't know why. What can I should change my nail colors? Yeah. Okay, you know what? Give me black nail polish. I'm magic. Give me black nail polish. I didn't realize you could change your nail color. I thought that was just... Okay, interesting. Yeah, sure. That works for me. Fix my feet. Fix my boots here, and then off we go. Off we go. Off we go. Back dressed in my proper attire here. Wait, no, my dunny goggles! My dunny goggles! Wait for my dunny goggles on, I'm sorry. I like that you step into the closet. I forgot my dunny goggles. I forgot my dunny goggles. Okay, there's more. We're good. Now we're done. No, my hair looks too red now. My hair looks too red now. My hair still looks too red. I'm sorry. I'm fiddling with this way too much. But, I just don't want my hair to look red. You know what? Good enough. Back we go. And that, I think, is actually going to do it for this episode. So until next time, this is the Phantom Safety Pin. I will see you in our next episode, because I don't think there's anything more we can do for Garrison. Looks like we might have to go somewhere else. How about... Nah, I don't want to go there. How about... this age right here? Yeah. How about this age right here? So until next time, this is the Phantom Safety Pin. This has been Uru Complete Chronicles, and I'll see you in the next time. Bye for now!